And hello to the No Idea Zone fan base out there, which is about 25 of you. I'm so happy that you give two shits about us and tune in during this. And it's only 25 people because nobody has shit to do. If people were not home, stuck miserable, it would be about 7 or 8 people. That is including my mother and 3 or 4 other old ladies who follow my career very closely. I have 2 very funny women and 2 one's gone. That's what this is. That's what this technology is. People fucking leave, they come, they're here, they're gone. It's just wild. But I have 2 women who I am very excited and was looking forward to having on the show because they're 2 very unapologetically sexual comedians who I really dig. And so I want to introduce them. So starting with my friend, she's out of New York City, right? New York, Brooklyn, where are you at, Chablis?
In the Bronx.
Okay, in the Bronx, wow. She produces Foxy Dazzling Rendezvous Burlesque music and comedy show in New York. Please give a big round of applause in your little fucking area, wherever you're at, for Chablis Quarterman. Hey, Chablis.
Woo! Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, and we're gonna get into you. Wow, that was really sexual. We're gonna get to you just shortly, but I want to introduce my very dear friend. This girl does stand-up all over SoCal and Vegas. She talks about doing drugs with her grandma, and we met about 3 years ago and became very fast friends. My beautiful, talented friend, Anne Flagg. Hey, Anne.
Hi. Hello.
So let me just get into it because I want to ask the question that I think all of America and all of the world really wants to know right up front. How are things for both of you on the toilet paper end?
We're doing okay.
That's it? That's all we get?
We're covered. It's no different. My butt is wiped.
Okay, so Anne, you?
There's like 7 people who live at my house, so I'm just leaving it up to everybody else to like handle that.
That's the benefit of being beautiful women, is people will bring you toilet paper in a pandemic.
I actually did have somebody bring me some, but now that you mentioned it, because I haven't been going to the store. Like I don't want to. I've been like staying away, and like everybody else has been like grocery shopping. And someone went and did my like I needed like cotton balls and tissue and like makeup wipes and toilet paper, and he just scooped it all up free of charge. Just brought it.
Anne has a little bit of a beautifully pampered valley. You're in the San Bernardino, Riverside. You're in Riverside. Mm-hmm. Chablis, on the other hand, is in New York. She is fucking like in the middle of. I mean, you look like you're in a bunker, Chablis.
I am. I don't know with the window though. It's an above ground bunker for sure.
Above ground bunker with a window.
With fuzzy pillows.
Yes, and
it's a feng shui bunker.
A feng shui bunker.
Yes.
And putting out some softcore pornography type comedy videos that I got to watch that were great.
Parody. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it because I sounded like a dying animal. So I'm glad that you found it entertaining.
It was horrible, but there was value at the end.
Thank you.
And you were watching porn in that video. See, I had to back up and watch it a couple times to pick that up.
Yeah, I threw in some elements there. I hope that everyone picked up what the elements were.
Yeah. I don't watch films or read books, but if there is fucking going on, I will pause.
I wonder how many people caught that. Because it's supposed to be about quarantine and everyone's just at home giving it a wank.
Not in my home.
What?
Anne is also making videos at home. I've watched some of them on I don't know, Facebook or Instagram or whatever, provocative you know.
Stand up or like?
Say again?
I've been doing like the TikTok kind of, just the
Okay.
1 minute or less, whatever. Some of them are like more goofy. Some of them got taken down from TikTok. So I was like,
oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, whatever.
Annoying.
Should I join TikTok? How erotic is TikTok?
No, they don't like erotic at all.
No.
They'll take it
It's
down.
really like catchy dances that kids do, right? Like it's just like, oh, you know, this pop singer has a hit. Let's all get together and make a dance, right? Because
There's that, but there's also like there's like all these different trends. So somebody upload like a really good like voice clip, and then everybody will copy it and like put their own spin on it. There's a lot of comedy going on, and then I've seen some stand-ups recently, and they'll either post clips of them on stage or tell the story as they're doing it. So it's been, I mean, it's like a time waster. It's something to do right now when I'm not able to.
Yeah. It's a nice way to keep productive. Like I felt like, again, like you said, my video was not amazing. Yeah, but you get to create, and I felt really proud of myself. I felt awake. I feel like even though I've stayed in bed all this time, I still feel really lethargic and sluggish. And like I got up and just started making that video and piecing all the things together, and I felt like awake and accomplished, and I was focused on something for the first time in a long time. Basically, I was using my mind, which was slowly turning to mush. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Did you make that video all on your own?
I did, yeah.
You could tell that was made.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Steve.
But there were some editing. There were some like editing things where I was like, maybe wow, that's kind of somebody might have helped her with that. But yeah, that's so I'm glad I'm not wasting my time on TikTok. And also I was being banned and booted off. I was banned from Facebook Messenger. I sent too much of my own nudity. I thought people would like that during a quarantine period, to see me naked, different parts of my body, GIFs. GIF is where it like moves back and forth, right?
Who did you send it to? To people that were expecting that, or like you upset some people and they reported you?
Oh, I forwarded through my entire messenger.
That's a mistake.
Yeah. I have, to be fair, also sent Anne one thing once, and she said, "Don't ever send that to me again." That
if like, it's unsolicited, I don't.
Yeah, people don't like that. Was it your penis?
I'm not gonna say exactly what it was.
I don't even remember that. I get so many unsolicited dicks. I don't even know who they come from. I'm just like, I just barely 2 days ago made a Facebook post about it. I was like, look, if I didn't ask for it, don't send it. Like,
let's talk about.
They're also not pretty all the time.
Let's talk. First of all, I wasn't banned for sending male nudity. I was banned for promoting my fucking show, which I feel like I have to do all on myself, because who the fuck else even cares, right? So I'm sending obsessively this show I say I don't care about to everybody in my Facebook. And it allows me, the app allows you to send it to everybody. I sent it to as many people as I could. Facebook, they froze me. So I don't know how long I'm frozen for, but I want to get off that and get to a more important question. Tell me about the dicks and the nudity, you guys. Like, you two, these are two beautiful women, people. Like, I know they're held up in their bunkers and shit, but you don't even know, like, beautiful, beautiful women. So you must be getting a tremendous amount of lonely male appendages right now.
It's gross, to be honest. Like, I get if you have like a dick to be proud of, but some people are proud of a dick that just only a mother could love. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like,
hopefully not too much.
Like, some of them are friends of mine, right? And they, I just like, how do you not know what you're working with? Like, how do you, like,
can't you just say that? Can't you say it just like that in reply? How do you not?
Bad, unless they want me to rate it. Like, some guys, like, I'll charge them so I can rate their dick. And
yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, you get paid to rate penises?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
When you've seen enough.
Okay, but if you give it a high rating, you could be you could be encouraging the wrong person. You know what I mean?
No, I've only done that with like 2 people, but some people send it and it's just like, I think that it doesn't have the same effect on women as it would on a guy. Like guys like to see everything up close, all the meat and the pubes and the, like, I don't think it's aesthetically pleasing. I don't think it's pretty to look at. And like,
It's not.
I do.
No, but some
I like
people
a good
really
dick
like
pic.
it. They want to
I
see
do.
the lips. They want to see everything. And they're turned on even if it's not really nice looking or like what you'd see in porn or it's not bleached or waxed, and they still like it. Like if a guy's dick is like short and uncircumcised and shrilled up and they send it to you and it's like, what the fuck was that supposed to do for me? Like I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Nobody else is looking at it and they're like, I'm going to surprise this.
I don't want it.
Anne likes looking at a good penis.
I like a good dick pic.
A nice one.
Dick. If I'm sexting with somebody, if I already know you, or you know, like if we have that kind of relationship, yeah, I want to see it. And a lot of guys are good with like angle, like some guys are. But I don't want to see one out of nowhere. I offer topless cleaning and I just put that out there and someone was like, I'll show, want to see, he said, want to see what I want you to clean. And then I didn't respond. And then he sent it. And I was like, no, I didn't ask you for this. Like, get the fuck.
It's not right to just send someone a picture out of nowhere. Like, I feel like that's wrong.
And he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. And I'm like, how the fuck can you not know? No woman wants to see it unless she asks for it.
Yeah, because their mind works differently. They want to see it all the time, anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a bush or it's waxed or it's shaved or it's growing like a fine dusting. Like, they don't care. It's hot to them. I think they feel like, oh, no, it looks like in whatever state, even if you don't ask for it, you're going to like it. It's going to turn you on. And we're just built differently.
No.
I've seen some really repulsive, like, I can't unsee it.
Does it even matter what it looks like? I mean, when you're in the dark with a guy, you're into the guy.
Yeah, it matters what it looks like. Because if it's small, you're also not going to feel it.
But that's a warning. If you're up against the guy to begin with, you're going to know you're not feeling anything. There's foreshadowing there, Chablis.
No, but some guys send it who I'm never going to sleep with anyway. So there was no point in me looking at your penis. You didn't pay me to look at your penis. I'm not having sex with it. It's just it's just why? And how do you not, like, that's what I don't get. Like, you've never been in a locker room. You've never seen that your dick is really lacking next to the other guy's dick. Like, how do you not know that this is not something we're pining to see? I don't want it.
Anyone who's seen group porn has seen the 2 guys standing next to each other and one guy's bigger than the other.
Yeah. And
no man would want to be I mean, to me, as a guy, I never want to be in the room with another guy naked, honestly. I'm just straight that way. Anybody who's seen group porn would know that there's that moment where the little one is there.
I feel like a lot of porn has little penis too. Do you ever feel like that? Or like sometimes she's blowing him and it's still like, what? It's still like a limp noodle. I can't watch that. It's gross. Why is that allowed?
I love watching the guy with little penis because I'm like, it gives me hope for myself. You know?
That's why they do it, because porn's, I guess, mostly for men. So they're probably like, I like seeing a guy who doesn't intimidate me. But so yeah.
What do women, you guys, and you first, what do you enjoy? Do you even need to watch porn? I mean, you have so much sexual energy directed at you.
I watch porn. Sometimes I read my porn, like Literotica. But I do watch a lot of porn. And I watch, this is just who cares? I don't even touch myself most of the time. I just get so turned on by the videos that I really enjoy that I just get so turned on, and then I just like can't even help myself. I'll put.
You come without touching yourself?
Yeah, like a lot. Like most of the time.
That's amazing.
So then if I'm like with a guy and he tries to bring in a vibrator, I'm like, oh, I can't. Like it's like too intense for me.
Wow.
Once in a while I will use one just to like mix it up. But most of the time I'll just watch, like I have like certain videos and I get so turned on, and then I'm just like, well, You can't even help it.
Wow.
This show is the most action I've gotten in 2.5 months. What's your experience so we can compare?
With porn?
Yes, please. And you don't have to go full hardcore. Like, you don't have to give us all your nastiest secrets, but just, you know, you can,
like what kind of porn I watch?
Whatever you want to talk and tell us about, we'll be happy to know.
You know what's funny? I feel like people won't like see coming, wouldn't expect from me. Like, I don't like toys. Like, sometimes I'll use them for show. It's like, it looks it looks like that's what you want to see going on, but it just doesn't feel real to me. I don't like it. I also don't like sticking anything up there. I won't put my own fingers up there. One time I got a Nuva ring at like 15. My mom was like, take that out. It was traumatizing.
No.
I never want to stick my fingers up there ever again.
No.
Oh, I don't know how I gave birth. I hate anything up there. Except
Chablis,
like that feels natural to me.
You were the girl who discovered sex, your sexualness by humping a stuffed animal then.
I'm a humper. It wasn't a stuffed animal, but I'm a humper. Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
I masturbate like a kid, I feel like. Yeah, I don't stick my fingers in there. But I call it a scrumph. I'm a scrumfer. I do a good scrumph, like a
I'll tell you. I'll tell you who's gonna get a real shock, or my fan base are gonna get a real shock when they see this fucking episode. That's who's gonna get.
I hope so.
There might be a couple COVID non-related heart attacks.
But yeah, scrumping's a thing. Do you scrumph?
I never even heard the term.
I would say that I scrum. Yeah. I've never heard that.
Yeah, because
Dry hump.
Well,
yeah. A dry hump is so underrated. Like, I feel like that's where we all start out when we're dating and we make out and there's heavy petting over the pants, dry humping. Like, that's hot. Like that. If we dry hump for a good bit, once we have sex, I'm done. I'm like, woo, it's fireworks.
Yeah.
Yes. These are the opinions of
foreplay.
And you're on board with that, Anne?
Yeah. I don't think I usually, but I think every time that happens, I'm like, oh, that was great. Like, why don't I slow things down?
It's very underrated. I feel like nobody does it.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I want to give you a little bit of background, audience. Anne and I met at a comedy show. I'm not going to tell this whole story in detail, but
You're telling everybody.
The girls in the comedy, the place was this place in the middle of Hollywood, like the most pretentious fucking comics, the most pretentious hipster fucking comics.
That's annoying.
Writing their screenplays on their laptops.
Getting around stressing about what master class they were going to take to, you know, advance themselves so their parents didn't think they were losers, whatever. And I walked in, there's nowhere to sit in this place. There's nowhere to sit. Okay? And there's this little girl, she was blonde at the time, this little girl who's like straight out of like Dazed and Confused, like straight out of the 1970s, who's like, hey, you want to sit over here? There's a chair open. Like, when does this ever fucking happen? Ever?
I'm nice. I'm a really nice person.
Anyway, yeah. So we hit it off, became friends, and we've been friends.
You were featuring, and I had my spot, but I missed my spot.
You missed your spot, but you got your spot.
Like, I got it, but we were outside, and
you got a couple spots. You really?
The host, stop it! When I came back in, the host was like, "Hey, I already called you," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And he was like, "That's fine. I'll just throw you up next." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, I've never missed being called before.
But you got on, and you were funny.
Oh, thank you.
And Chablis, you're doing stand up in New York. Like, tell us about that. Give us some flavor of what it's like to do stand up. And I mean, I don't know. My experiences in New York have been like hit and miss.
I love the scene here. I guess because it's a scene that I've been most active in. I did live in Atlanta for 2.5 years, but I didn't do too much stand up down there. But they also had that. It's very hipster there too. It's very like. I feel like a lot of them are very PC. I don't know. I'm just not that millennial. So I like the New York scene. There's always a show going on. It's just hard. Like, you know, you probably don't have a car if you're in New York. So if you're booked for 3 shows, like you could have one in Brooklyn and then you have to shoot up to the Bronx and then you have to shoot down to Queens. Like it can be a pain in the ass to get from show to show because it's spread out like LA spread out, except people in LA have cars, right? So, no, but I love it. I love, you know, I have so many friends in it. I feel comfortable here. I did a couple of, like the shows I did in Atlanta were great. Killed it. Knocked it out of the park. The mics I did, I bombed. Like they just didn't like me. Again, I think it was just very PC and and they all know each other. They didn't know me and they were kind of just waiting to go on like a mic is, but they kind of laughed for each other because I think they know each other. And I was just like, you know, who the fuck are you, basically?
Yeah. Do you, Anne, do you remember vividly that room like I do? Do you remember that? You do?
I only did it the one time.
Oh, you know, I remember it vividly because I met you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have retained that experience at all. But we didn't have people like that We didn't have people like that in comedy 10 years ago. Where would like? Oh, maybe they were, and I didn't know. But like those kind of people were like going to law school. Like they were not. Comedy was like they were in law school and Ivy League universities and like trying to move up in corporate America or something. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
It's no fun like that.
Say again?
It's no fun like that.
Yeah, it's no fun like that. It's no fun. And you know what? This other thing, and I want to dig into these fuckers just a little bit more. It's not, I don't feel funny when I'm around those people. Like,
right. I don't feel funny with them either.
You know, and this is why I went into black clubs to begin with. Because the people at the Hollywood Improv, it's not that they weren't funny, but they were like, I don't know, man, maybe just, they weren't going to let me in, that's for sure. So they weren't going to let me on or let me in. So I wasn't a part of it, but there was something about like coming up as a comic. I wasn't that good and I needed to be around people who are funnier than me.
I think, that was like really interesting to see that you were doing all black clubs because I'm like technically half black, like Meghan Markle's technically half black, right? She's pretty fucking white, or Rashida Jones. But I always feel really awkward with the black crowd because I feel like, I guess because I grew up with a half of my family that I look so different from. And they, like my generation, like my aunts and uncles, like white people for the most part. And my cousins, it was pretty like, they didn't know white people, they didn't like white people. So it was like an awkward experience for me. So I think I still carry that from childhood of like, you're not going to find me funny or interesting. Like when you're the white person, I think, you know,
you have to work harder is what you're saying. You have to work harder.
And sometimes it's great. It's just me. Like it's my own insecurities. Like they think that, you know, you don't season your food and you have no rhythm and you're not cool, which of course is all wrong. Right. But yeah, no, I like tense stuff. I feel weird.
And Anne,
it's hard to work through.
Anne, you're in Riverside, and Riverside is not LA. So technically you're not.
It's a different scene entirely. It's a whole different scene. But I started in black rooms also. When I first started comedy, this producer, comic Titus Jones, he had this show at a pizza place, and it was every other week, and he let me start it off. When I played DJ, let me just go do some time up top, and I learned so much from that. Like, and then being so white and being in this like room and like what you know, but being comfortable in that setting. So I learned a lot from that.
Well, I'm being as sexual as I am, super hypersexual. Like I don't drink, I don't get high. Oh, I used to get high and drink, but only so I could have sex, you know. So being someone who doesn't like alcohol or drugs or gambling or I don't know anything, just being sexual and then going into black comedy, I could be really fucking sexual. Like I could be really openly raw and be funny. And as a Jewish guy, you know, you're supposed to be sort of like growing up to become your mother, you know. Jewish
For
man
sure.
grew up, and so my path divergence was a crazy. But the sex part was very, very important. And watching Eddie Murphy Raw, growing up watching Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy Raw, and Def Comedy Jam, and then, but not being able to do that as a comic. You know, I was not able to do that as a comic. And then suddenly I'm with Bobby Law at the Family Room in Compton and Mixed Nuts and these places, and I'm like, oh, I can emote crazy shit on
It's
stage.
not so precious.
It's not precious. And people actually came to laugh. They're not like looking next to the person for approval.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I feel like that because I started at the comic strip, which I love. I love the comic strip, but my friends that I write with from there, they're like, oh, people are gonna groan if you say that. Oh, people are gonna like wiggle in their seats and be uncomfortable. And it's like, it's a fucking comedy show. Like, watch C-SPAN if you want something that's PC. You know, like I don't get why. Sometimes it's good to make someone groan because you made them think.
My New York experiences, the places I played in New York, because a few years ago, I toured through, I didn't play the comic strip because I'm not big, because comic strip is kind of, Cellar is the big one, right? Cellar's the big one. Okay, so I don't know anyone to get into those rooms, but I did the Greenwich Village and the Broadway, and I did the Lantern and all these places. And it was like being in black rooms. It was like being New York comedy. Like if you're really a comic like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know anybody here. I couldn't survive here. But I would love to just do.
Okay.
So last time we left off, we were talking about sexual comedy. I love you guys because you're both unapologetically sexual. In an era of sort of confused social justice. And I have yet to see, I've seen Anne live, but Chablis, I have yet to see you. You need to send me some comedy.
You saw me once. Like, how long ago was that? Holy shit.
That was 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I mark every good experience with a female like I'm wandering through a desert, you know what I mean? And I just get some
Those are the
water from my hump. Yeah.
This is kind of a memorable interaction, huh?
It is a desert. I mean, LA is a desert, so there's accurate.
I can't imagine you have a hard time, really, though. I don't believe that. Getting shit? Do you really have a hard time?
What makes you say that?
You're attractive and you're funny.
Okay,
right?
we're gonna put this on the highlight reel. We're gonna put this on the we're gonna put this on the sizzle reel. Testimony. I don't. You know what I think? I don't. I don't party. I don't drink really. I don't go out at night unless I'm performing. You
don't need to because you have a personality, so you don't need to be like partying.
I love you, Anne. You're awesome. And you're making me embarrassed a little bit. Look, 80% of my hookups. Oh, they're having like a meat crisis over there.
He's probably hungry. Jet.
Oh.
Hi. Why are you crying?
That's her. That's her.
Put him inside and lock the door.
That's the kid. She needs Disney movies. She needs Disney Plus.
You want to give him his half of the sandwich? Hey.
Did she say half a boob sandwich? I'm so glad we came back to record this again.
I know. Hey, Papa, don't cry.
Why is there like such a huge glare on my face, huh?
And his water.
Does it look super bright?
I guess it's in the fridge.
You have the glare you have on your face right now.
It's
the
like
photograph women who are the profile picture on Facebook of women who are afraid to be seen.
It's just the lighting. It's like so bright right now.
But you look cute. You definitely have a Disney character, cartoonish quality going on. So since it's just you and I, so 80% of the sex I have is because of performing on stage. Without that, I have no game. I don't have game.
Yeah.
I don't have game. Look at my emails and texts to you. You know, I don't have any game. I'm just like.
Were you trying?
Exactly. That's the point.
No, you weren't really trying. If
I
you
don't know
were,
how
then
to.
I would be like.
I don't know how to really try. I think that's the answer.
Oh. Yeah, you might need to work on that.
I need to work on that. I think it's kind of late.
Maybe.
I'm 40. I'm 40. It's a little late, you know?
Well, if you're getting chicks from being a performer, you know, if it's working enough, you don't have to change anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should talk about that. Maybe you can give me some tips.
Well, like I said, you have a personality. Like, you're interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's putting me over the edge. You know what I think it is? This is the problem. And I don't do bad. I think it's the dilemma is that the women that want to sleep with me, I'm not trying to sleep with, you know. I think it's the same kind of.
What's your type? What?
Really attractive women, like attractive women who don't have
like what?
Who don't have like fucked up
what's
voices.
Really attractive to you? Oh, their voice. That's really
Oh
important.
man, I just talked to but for instance with this one girl, because a lot of women I'm meeting are online now. So all I see are pictures and we talk and we text. And now I talked to one on the phone, just as an example, and she had a voice like she'd been smoking for. This is a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She had a voice like she'd been smoking for 50 years. I'm just gonna make myself cough. I can't fuck her. Like I can't like put energy into trying to sleep with that woman, because I'm gonna be in bed with her and she's gonna be going, oh, that's good. Ah. Just
funny.
So that's my type.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
But what's like really attractive? Like describe. Do you know? Because like, do you like the Victoria's Secret look, or do you like somebody more curvy or?
Curvy. I'm into curvy.
Does it matter? Curvy.
It doesn't really. Beggars can't be choosers.
Are you really begging though? Really?
Oh my God, I'm begging all the time. Are you kidding? That's why I have no game. I met a girl in the neighborhood on my bike who was totally like, she gave me her number and she said, let's take a walk sometime. And I turned into like a 13-year-old, like, well, I'm taping the show. I could do it later or maybe tomorrow. Or I turned into like, McLovin. I turned into McLovin.
Yeah.
And she finally, I couldn't because it's the pandemic. I'm back to being like 12. Yeah.
You're out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I'm not feeling like myself.
Yeah. It's like, I got to, I told some comedy last night on the Zoom chat with my friends. Yeah. Everybody shut up and was just like listening for a minute. It was really cool.
Good. It felt good?
Felt amazing. Oh my God. I've been dying not doing stand-up. It's been way too long.
Yeah. How long has it been?
The last show I did was, I think it was March 15th. I did one like way late, like after things were already shutting down. It was in Hemet and the crowd was like super solid. But they don't give a fuck about anything. Yeah, at Derby's. Have you heard of it? It's really...
No, but I know like, a female comic who's from Hemet.
Yeah. They do, they make their own comedy club. It's a roller rink. And they have this whole setup where they bring in like room dividers and like all these tables and a big stage and this whole lighting setup. And then there's like a back area. Like it looks super, like when you walk in, it looks like a comedy club. And they do it just on the roller rink. So they'll build it up and then they take it down.
Why don't you host a show out where you're at? Why don't you host a show?
I'm going to. I was planning on it before everything shut down.
Okay, I want to do your show. I want to headline your show. I'll come out.
I don't know if I can afford you.
You know, I'll give you a deal.
Oh, how nice of you.
I don't know if that was real or sarcasm.
I get that a lot. People tell me that a lot, that they can't tell, but I'm totally serious. It just, that's the way my voice sounds, like a valley girl all the time.
Yeah.
When I'm being lazy. So I feel like I don't like my voice when I'm just like talking like normal. But then I can turn on like my like promoter like voice, you know, like come on to my show. Like I can like turn it on. But most of the time I'm just like,
Give us a couple of voices. Give us a seductive. Give us Disney princess.
Disney princess.
Yeah. Do you have a? Give us your. Well, no, don't. I'm not going to tell you which voices. Just give us your best arsenal of a couple of good sounds.
I don't know. I just do like if I'm like I'll do like a short video and be like telling people to like come to my show, you know? Like, hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Just want to let you know I'm at this venue at this time and I'll see you guys there.
Okay, that's your happy, upbeat voice. But
like,
you usually have
But usually I'm just like, what?
But you have boobs out when you're doing that.
Oh, cleavage all the time.
Totally.
Every time. Yeah.
Speaking of cleavage, welcome back.
Hello.
Oh, we're back.
Did you lock him? Did you lock him in the room?
Hi guys. Sorry.
Did you just lock him in the room to shut the door?
I have a dungeon.
Yes.
You just gotta put them in there sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you put on? You have to put on something.
The
What do you put on to keep the kid?
Well,
pacified?
the remote, I couldn't find the remote for my TV, and then the other remote wasn't working. So it's just he's watching something on my mom's phone. He watches it's all nursery rhymes. So I don't know if we covered this last time, but my son has autism. So he's like behind on speech. He's not talking yet. And so that's challenging because if he's frustrated, you know, he can't
express himself.
Yeah, so that sucks.
How old is he?
He's going to be 3 in November.
Okay, so you don't really know the degree of autism yet.
They gave us a diagnosis. He seems pretty high functioning because he's not really sensitive to like noises or touch, and he's pretty affectionate. He has a good sense of humor. He makes great eye contact with me. He still doesn't respond to his name though. Anyway, so he seems pretty high functioning, but who knows? So what was I gonna say?
Well,
he doesn't watch any.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's no way. What?
No, go ahead.
He won't watch anything that's like with a plot. So no Disney movies, no cartoons. Like it's all nursery rhymes, which is
he doesn't like it.
He only listens to nursery rhymes. So it's only like cartoons on YouTube, like Baby Bum or Hoopla Kids or Super Simple Songs. Some of them have people in them, but majority of it is like colorful cartoons set to nursery rhymes. So I'd like him to get into like Arthur or like, you know, some kind of PBS show like that. That'd be better than Wheels on the Bus for 3 straight years, but that's what we get.
What about Thomas the Train? No, Thomas the Train?
He has to watch something that's not even a musical. It has to just be the music. It can't be plot or dialogue. It can't be like, you know, storyline. It's just Wheels on the Bus and then Baby Shark and then
Got it.
Baby Shark.
When he gets older, you can introduce him to Andrew Dice Clay.
I'm excited for that. Hickory dickory dock.
I think he filled Madison Square Garden with people with autism came to see him.
Reliving their childhood.
I loved Andrew Dice Clay, by the way. You know, you see him in LA. He hangs out at the Comedy Store. He's actually a really funny, talented dude. He's just, I love him. He's kind of into himself a little more than the average comic.
Yeah.
I don't know. As comics, we're pretty fucking full of ourselves.
That's true.
I think
look at us putting on makeup and sitting in the sun.
You have to have a certain degree of like being out of touch with reality. Like, you know what I mean? Like to actually go on stage and be like, I'm good at this. Like, we're all
listen to me speak, not even improv where you have to like gift the other performers. Like it's just
this
you
is
and your thoughts.
This is important and you should listen to it.
Yeah. I know. I feel like that's a little bit of like a disease. Like it's not normal. It really isn't.
We're all
Somebody told me,
narcissists.
yeah, there was a whole study that was done that was like, people are more afraid of public speaking than dying. So they like rather crowds are like, I can't wait to get in front of a crowd. Try and make strangers laugh. Like it's not normal. It's not something that people, right?
People
I
say
feel
that all the time. You get that, I'm sure, where people are like, that's so brave. I can't believe you go up on stage like that. And you're just like, yeah, of course. It doesn't feel like being brave. Yeah. But to other people,
most people, like, they don't want to
so
sit in the front row as like an audience member at a comedy show. Like, they don't even want that attention. Very weird. I don't get it. I always, like, anytime I'm up there with like my hand up, pick me, talk to me. So I don't know. I don't know what that says.
You guys have like the double narcissism thing going on because you're both female comics and you're both hot. So you have like, it wasn't enough that everyone wanted to fuck you. You had to get up on stage and
also be very funny. Yeah. Do you ever feel like you're just like crushing a conversation with people? You're just like, do you ever feel like that? You're like, oh, I'm crushing this conversation.
That was what led to, right
people
now
are, like,
I feel
laughing.
like
they like that joke. Yeah.
That's
like,
why I think
standing in a group of people.
Yeah, I lost a friend. I lost like 2 friends. And it's funny because we all went to acting school together. So we all went to school to be stars. Like,
acting school. That's even a more narcissistic dimension of.
I know, but this girl called me a narcissist. I'm like, you went to LaGuardia. Like we acted together.
There's an acting school called LaGuardia?
Both there.
Yeah.
You should have gone to JFK acting school. At least it would have been a little higher level airport.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
LAX.
Okay, so
LAX
tell me about, the LAX acting school is where you go just before you become a porn star. I'm
sure everyone working there is an actor, so.
Oh my God.
So LaGuardia, tell us a little bit about LaGuardia Acting School, because I can't pass that up now.
So it's the School of Performing Arts. So Al Pacino went there, and Jennifer Aniston, and Nicki Minaj, and the Wayans brothers. Basically anyone who grew up in New York and they're an actor, they went there for high school. So now like the newbies are like Timothy Chalamet and Ansel Elgort. I went to school with them. I went to school with Madonna's kid. She was a drama major. She was a freshman and I was a senior.
Madonna's kid. One of the adopted ones, or?
No, like the real one with the eyebrows, and the armpit hair.
She has eyebrows?
But,
what?
She has like really thick, beautiful, like Brooke Shields eyebrows. Lourdes, whatever her name is.
Like Lily Collins. She has some great eyebrows.
Yeah, I like the thick. Sometimes it looks really nice on people. Mine are like a mess. Like I've just been drawing them. I tweezed them the other day.
I got them microbladed a few months ago. Well, I guess it's been like almost a year already. I have to go back.
How do you like it? I was thinking about doing that.
Seriously, so convenient. I just got these lashes too. I got the extensions. I don't know if you guys can see, but
where did you get the extensions? Are they open?
This is what happens when I let my show devolve into chaos. It ends up in conversations about eyebrows. This is where it goes. We're giving
the people what they want.
No, I wanted the dirt. I wanted the seedy stories of the LaGuardia Acting School.
Oh man, I was so bad. I was bad. Because the drama majors were in the basement, like an 8-story building, and the actors are. So we ran amok, and it would be like, go work on your scenes, disperse, and we would like go like blow people and fucking empty acting studios. And I was bad. I was so bad. My neighbors.
I'm sorry I wasn't in that acting school. I'm embarrassed to tell people I was an actor. I it's like the last thing.
Why? Because it's so commonplace in LA.
Because I think there's something weird about saying you're an actor. I don't know. I don't know. I guess if you're gonna do it, own it. Own it. I'm an actor, and I don't know how to own that. I'm comfortable with saying I'm a comedian and a writer. I've never made any money from acting either. So
there's a level of like, I don't know.
If I made money from acting, it would be different. If I'd been in some shit, but
there's a level of sadness there when you hear someone's an actor. It's like, oh, I never want to date actors. I matched with an actor recently and I was like, oh, like I looked up his Facebook and I saw him on stage doing Shakespeare. There's something really not manly about that I
That's it. Really? That's it. Now you're getting onto it.
And you feel like they're poor and they're struggling. Like I never wanted to date an actor. Not that it's a deal breaker. I just like, obviously when I was in high school, because I was around other artists, but
cool.
Yeah.
Do you know why we have, do you know how stand-up comedy? Do you know how stand-up comedy began? Does anybody ever the actual history of stand-up comedy? Because a really long time ago, a bunch of Jewish people and a bunch of black people were not gay enough for the theater. So that's like my joke. I probably did that in front of Anne. I probably did that at our show.
Oh, I don't remember. That was 3 years ago. Do you really expect me?
We have better things to remember.
Yeah, I did remember one of your other jokes though. That crowd participation one. What was it?
The G, the letter G.
Oh, you ask them, different letters, and then you have like a whole shtick, right?
Yeah, that's my George Carlin love. That's my love for George Carlin.
I can't even see you.
Chablis has changed her position. She is now sunning her ass. She's going to have 1970s tan lines. She's going to come to LA, and I'm going to see those tan lines. We should all three, Chablis, if you come to LA, Anne and might have a reason to hang out with me.
Oh, yeah. So
they're both gone now. They're both gone. We're looking at the skylight and the sun here. And
sorry,
this is LAX.
Perfect time for a public service announcement.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. I can't even see you guys.
Okay, if you're planning on hosting a podcast, you should tune in to Chablis and Anne's tutorial on how to put makeup on and sunbathe as you're podcasting.
I don't think people really need a tutorial for that shit. Like, if you can't figure that out, like how to sunbathe,
My butt is like Casper White, so this can't stand. It cannot stay this way.
Oh, Chablis, I definitely now have an angle of you that's blackmail worthy.
Oh my god!
Did you
say that? That's super shady.
No, this is going in public. There's no way to blackmail her. This is a public. This is going to be public on YouTube.
Oh god.
Anyway, yes, I want to move to LA though, but how can I make this happen? I hate driving.
Anne, would you please discourage Chablis? Would you tell her already she's in a great city and this is a horrible comedy place?
It's disgusting here. It's disgusting.
You don't want to come here from New York. I've heard that spending just like 6 months in New York is the equivalent of like doing open mics in LA for like 3 years, because you can get on stage so much more. But I'm not in the like LA open mic scene as much, because the open mics that I can go to, there's places out here like more near me in Riverside that you can get on stage almost every night and have like 5 to 7 minutes or something. It's not like a bucket mic in LA where you wait around for 3 hours maybe to get 3 minutes. Like, that's fucking stupid.
I never do mics.
It can be beneficial sometimes, but yeah, I do way more shows than.
Like when I lived in Atlanta, I was there for 2.5 years, and my boyfriend was really jealous, so I hardly went out and did shows. But when I did the shows, I crushed, I killed, I did great. When I did mics, nobody liked me. It was so awkward. It was
probably
very
on comic.
So. Yeah, it was all comics at the mic. First of all, that's why mics suck. But it was also, they don't know me. They all knew each other. They were all friends, and it was very PC. So I think they thought that I was like a bad person, and who the fuck is this bitch? So I just didn't enjoy that. I never do mics. I hardly do mics in New York.
Yeah.
This is like the show that Anne and I met at, which unbeknown to me, I thought it was a room full of crowd.
No, it was like it was like an open mic, but there were some book slots. So like Steven was headlining, and I was just like featuring.
Right.
And
we were the two book comics.
I was like, how could you not tell that it was all comics? Like, they were all looking down at their phones and their notebooks and shit. Like, everybody's just waiting for their turn.
No,
But
that's why
like,
Nike sucks.
That's the wrong attitude to have. Like, when I go, like, I pay attention to people because I want to see, like,
you're an audience
what's up.
member. Like, that's why they're there. Otherwise, it's like you just rehearse by yourself in your room.
Right.
But you know who's good with that? I think Laughing Buddha, like, they restrict you from using your notebook or being on your phone when you're sitting in a room while comics.
That shit is fucking obnoxious. People going up with their phone. I don't understand how that's even an acceptable fucking. I think anyone who brings a phone on stage should be heckled.
I was at a book show in Vegas recently, and 2 comics brought up notebooks, like, for a book show, and I was just like, what the fuck?
No.
And then I was talking to the producer, and he was like, as long as they're funny, I don't care. And I'm like, what? No, like, why?
It's different than a phone, though. There's something extra obnoxious about a phone. I don't know.
I've written on my hands a lot of times. Just as a point of
I used to, but not, like, one of my mentors one time was like, don't do that shit. He's like, if it's important, you're going to remember it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know? And you don't want to be, like, waving at people and then it's just, like, your set list.
It's like, it's come up, like, not so many people in my pictures where it's like, you see me on stage with notes on my hand.
I write 2 notes on my hand. I wrote, you're funny, they love you. And I just look at my hand intermittently through the show, and it really doesn't help. But
if nobody else tells you that, at least you told yourself.
Exactly, even if it's a lie.
Chablis, this is my advice to you if you come to LA from New York, okay? Because this is what I have noticed. Comics who come to LA from New York who have a little bit of cachet, who have a little bit of credit, who have a little bit of traction.
Yeah.
Even if it's bullshit, as long as the people in LA think that you have done something important, the LA comics will look at you with awe and mystery, and doors will mysteriously open for you. So my advice to you is, no matter how hard it might be to do that, is do that and then come here, and things will be much easier here.
So get some credit. I don't know, man.
Even if it's
I just haven't been chasing it like when I started out. Like I just was out all the
There's
time.
ups and downs. I get that.
Now I'm like,
she's going. This is sort of a metaphor of what's happening with this technology for what will happen if you come to LA without credits.
Oh my gosh.
Why is something flickering out?
You're
breaking up. Yeah, we didn't hear anything you just said.
It was like into Al from 2001.
You guys sound great. Oh wait.
Oh, there you go.
It was just for like a second.
Hold on, I did that because I was checking my Wi-Fi connection, but my Wi-Fi is off because I'm in my yard, so it should be fine because I'm not like trying to get to the connection of something that's like 20 feet away. I don't know. Sorry, my bad. My B.
It's okay. It gave me a chance to make a 2001 reference. So, Anne, what we were raving last. I was up till 2:33 in the morning just watching old reels of NBA games and pornography. But what were you doing? What were you doing that you were up so late?
We were watching the EDC live stream. Insomniac has been live streaming every weekend.
Is that what that is?
Electric Daisy Carnival, yeah.
Can you tell us what that is? Because I have no fucking idea what that is.
It's like,
and I'm sure
EDM
the people
music.
Watching this don't know.
You know EDM, like dance music, like electronic, like
techno?
Yeah, well, that's like an old term for it. But you're like, I bet you call weed pot too, huh?
I call it grass.
Grass? Oh my god. Showing your age there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Okay, so is there anything beyond the EDM? I never heard EDM. Were you
electronic dance music
rolling on ecstasy?
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Awesome. Have you ever heard of Electric Forest? Because I was banging a guy who was like obsessed with
I heard it's such a good festival, and it's all ages, and they have all this like really cool art, and the venue is like super sick. I really wanted to go. I was supposed to go with my my fiance we broke up, but I still want to go next year for sure. It's like a
I hear
camping one.
cool, but it gets like muddy and
Really
you
big.
need to bring like wipes.
Yeah,
You can't
it depends.
that
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
work.
you bring to keep yourself like clean and shit, because there's like
You have
bathrooms and
tent.
showers, but you gotta. But it's like tent camping, yeah. Like everybody's really grungy though at the camping festivals, you know.
Like
This sounds gnarly, guys. This sounds fucking.
Well, people do Burning Man, you know, just like in the fucking desert.
Okay, so have you done Burning Man?
No, but I would. I totally would. It's really hard to get tickets though. Like you have to sign up like the minute so that they like go on sale, and
I
it's
think
like
you
the
have
whole
to
thing.
contribute too. Like you can't just go have a good time. You have to contribute. You got to make clothes or some shit. Like I'm not doing
It's a
that.
barter system, so you trade, and then everybody's just very giving and like, you know, like making like solid deals and just like.
Yeah.
And they build up all this art and then they tear it down. Like they bring everything into the desert and then they bring
burn
everything
it.
out. Yeah.
It sounds like rich people with too much time on their hands.
I'd be mad if I had to burn down what I made. But like I'm not outdoorsy like in my yard, and I'm freaking out that there's gonna be a snake. I see 2 snails right there. I'm not an outdoor.
You're not outdoorsy?
No, I couldn't sleep in a tent. I'd be like, there's a snake in the tent. There's one lurking outside. I have bad dreams about snakes.
You're a city person. You're a fucking city. You are a prototypical city person, not meant to be in the wild.
No,
look, she's showing us. This is for you. This is like a wild forest here, your backyard.
It's concrete, so I can see what is going on. Like I had a huge yard in Atlanta. I had 2 big yards, 2 places that we lived, and I just never went in my garden because I was like, there's snakes out there. It's where they live. So I just don't fuck with it. I don't know.
It's a snake. Have you seen that video? I'm a snake.
No.
Anne, are you like cool with the wild? Or are you I mean with the
I would do a camping festival. We used to tent camp a lot when I was a kid, but like not so much anymore. Like we have like a camper when we go camp. My stepdad is so crazy. He's like, his new one he just bought has like granite countertops, and it's like he wants like the comforts of home, but like in the wild, you know.
I love that.
Yeah, and it has like slide outs. So it
yeah,
makes,
the
like,
camper's
really
the camper's the way to go for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like it if I'm uncomfortable. Like I'm a city person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I live by the beach. But I wouldn't come to the beach a lot if I wasn't like right on the ocean. I don't like.
A lot of people in like Cambodia, they sleep in like hammocks outside. Could you imagine?
Really?
You're just like, yeah,
No.
they have like this whole like staying area with like all these hammocks, and everybody just like sleeps together, like just
definitely
in
no.
nature. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, no way. That'd be terrifying.
So
I wouldn't get any
how
sleep.
there's like these people out there, and that's just how they're living their lives, and they're perfectly happy doing it that way. But like for us, it's like totally out there.
Yeah.
I could totally do a tiny house. The tiny house.
I love the tiny homes. I want to get my mom a
night.
tiny house.
And shaking her head.
No, I need space. Like even my bedrooms now.
Your
like
bedroom
I
is
have
huge.
like some open.
You
Yeah,
have a huge bedroom.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I can't.
Well, living in New York is basically like one whole
tiny
home experience. It's just a matchbox. Yeah, it sucks. That's why I want to leave.
I can't.
Well,
I need like leg room. You know, I'm tiny, but I need like.
No, I want a big house for sure.
Yeah.
Chablis, are you tall? How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Oh, okay, so you're taller than Anne or I.
You're 5'6".
What are you like 5'4"?
I'm 5'5", 5'6".
You are?
Yep.
Oh,
So I was taller than that.
Oh, my dad's 6'3".
That's pretty tall. I dated this comic actually. He was 6'7". He played like football and shit.
I love.
Wait a minute, was he from Seattle?
No.
Oh, okay, because there's not a lot of 6'7" comedians, you know.
Or no, 6'8", I think. Yeah. He's like this big guy. We'd have to like kiss. I'd have to like stand on the stairs because I'm 5'2". So he's like a lot. It's like a big difference.
See, 5'2" is perfect for me. 5'2", 5'3" is like the perfect height for a female for me.
Uh-huh.
I've been with a girl who was 5'11", and the sex was kind of surprisingly good. I think for both of us, she did it a few times with me, so I figured it couldn't have been bad. But going out in public was like, who's your little friend?
Oh my gosh, this is like
You know?
Amazonian.
Oh, totally. And she was black, so there was a very weird social dynamic when we would go out in public.
You look like a Chip on Napoleon Dynamite, huh?
Papa.
Yeah, exactly. Kip. I was Kip from Napoleon Dynamite.
Kip.
Yeah. And I even wore my. I started dressing different and all kinds of shit.
You did?
No, I'm just kidding.
How was you upset?
No. I just think that it was cool that I was with a girl who was almost 6 feet tall, and I feel like I crossed something off a bucket list. Like I know I can do it good. Oh, hey, man.
Hello.
What's his name?
Oh, you
What's your
sad?
name? Sam?
Jameson.
Jameson. Hi, Jameson. How you doing, pal?
Hi.
So cute.
Here, Bobby.
You
Why are
just
you
shut down a very
crying?
unsavory conversation anyway.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Why were you in a bad mood? Can I have a kiss? Sometimes it wakes it super happy, and sometimes I don't know if it's a bad dream or what.
Well, at least he's not crying. He's not screaming.
The snail off of this. No, not in your mouth. No.
This is the no idea zone, people. You have wandered into the no idea zone.
No, give it to
The
me.
no idea zone.
There was a guy who swallowed a slug and he died because of the bacteria in the slug. No, Chat.
Oh shit.
This is bad for you, okay?
On that note, I wanna. It's okay. I want you guys to tell us where we can find you.
I don't even know how he's found it.
On my social
Snail, he's trying to
media.
put it in his mouth. It's not good, Bubba. It's not candy. Okay? Sorry. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Chablis, tell us where we can find you. My 13 old Jewish ladies who are watching this.
I am at Not Too Shabby with not and then number 2 and 3 Y's at the end of Shabby. 2 B's, 3 Y's. Chablis Quarterman on Facebook, Chablis Quarterman on YouTube. I just made a parody video of my Sharona called My Corona, so check it out.
I've seen it.
Yes, what you said was horrible. Thanks, Steven. And then Chablis Q on Twitter.
Okay, and Anne?
No. You can find me anywhere just by searching my name, Anne Flagg. I have that gross voice that you hate.
2 G's, right?
ANNEFLAGG, yeah.
Okay.
And on my OnlyFans.
Yeah, you both have OnlyFans pages, don't you?
Yeah, mine is _anticipation, ANNETICIPATION.
Never mind.
What?
Why don't we, you can message me and I'll give you the details.
Thank you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you. Honestly, thank you for coming on and like wrapping this up. This is totally uncontrolled chaos. I love it. And Anne, I think I speak for Anne saying Chablis, when we come to LA, we're all looking to hang out and reenact scenes from 1975 Shampoo. Okay.
Woo! I love it. Sounds good.
Yeah. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode of the No Idea Zone. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thanks. Bye.